Hello everybody, welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit those like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of content coming out for you guys every single week, every single day. And don't forget to tune in for our live chats on Thursday at 6 o'clock. That premiere video, we'll have live chat with us. Ask us any questions you may have, any suggestions for any videos you'd like to see. I got quite a few suggestions today. And we also will try and do a premiere video with some live chat on Tuesdays. I have not missed one yet, but that one might be tougher for me to make every single week. But I will check the chat logs afterwards, my first chance. And sincere thank you to Wes and anybody else that has given us a tip during these live chats. We're just going to use it to continue adding to the channel and hopefully get us to our live streams that much faster. The live streams with the fan-included craft tournament and anything else we may come up with. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's video. So today's video was sent to us by a fan, and they probably got this off one of the other channels. There's some fantastic channels out there, some great channels, Hawaiian Crap Shooters, Color Up, great people, a lot of information on them, a lot of fun. But I'm not too sure exactly where they got this from. And this particular strategy is targeting, not targeting, but it's trying to protect against shorter rolls. It's trying to save you from those just terrible 0.7 ounces, really short rolls where the 7 just crushes you. I once lost my entire bankroll in 8 rolls. It was 4 times 0.7 out, 0.7 out, 0.7 out, 0.7 out. So terrible rolls can certainly happen. And as you guys know, my strategy is based off of hitting a fantastic roll. So a terrible roll was just soul crushing to me. So now, admittedly, this is going to be a little bit of a grind. Because again, you're not so much going for big payouts as you're trying to not lose. So let's take a look at it. So of course, on the come out roll, they're going to start with a pass line because the pass line bet is an 2-to-1 favorite, 8-to-4 favorite to win. If it's not one of these numbers that rolls, if we don't establish a point, then it's a win-loss condition. 8 of those potential rolls win right there, while 4 of them lose. So there's a chance to make a little bit of profit just on the come out roll. Now, once we have a point established, what they're going to do is they're going to place a $10 come. That's assuming you're on a $10 table. You've got your $10 pass line bet, you do a $10 come. Because now at this point, they're protecting themselves a little bit. If a 7 were to come, if you have a 0.7 out, you're breaking even. 0.7 out, you lose 10 bucks here, but you win 10 bucks there, you break even, you lost nothing except a little bit of time. So that's their idea there. Now, of course, if a winner comes, then they're going to get paid over there, and this is just going to travel. But we want to look at other numbers. We want to look at how far this can go, because they basically take it up four times. So now, if it travels, let's say a 6 roll, so the come bet travels. So now, how much do they have at risk to a 7 if the 7 were to come out on the 3rd roll? Because this would be the 2nd roll is what travels. First roll made a point, 2nd roll travels to 6. So now the 3rd roll, what if a 7 comes out? Now they have $20 at risk that only lose to a 7. Only a 7 will cost anything to these members. They do $20 come bet. Because now, once again, if a 7 were to roll, they are breaking even. They lose nothing but a little bit of time. Lose 10 bucks, lose 10 bucks, win 20 bucks, break even. Lost nothing. Cost you nothing but a little bit of your time. Now, were it to travel somewhere, at this point, it starts to kind of become up to you on what you do. Because now you have $40 at risk to a 7. If a 7 rolls, you lose 10, you lose 10, and you lose 20. So now, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue trying to protect yourself, or do you want to minimize your loss? Some people may reduce this down to a $10 come bet. So if a 7 were to occur, they only lose 30 bucks instead of losing 40. Other people may choose to go ahead and do a $20 come bet, in which case if a 7 were to occur, they would lose 10, lose 10, lose 20, but win 20, so they would only lose 20 bucks. You could do 30 bucks, so you'd only lose 10. You could even do all the way up to $40 to hope that, to try and protect yourself. Now, through all of this, what they were really hoping for is they were really hoping for repeaters. They were really hoping that instead of traveling to the 9, that this traveled to the 6 and they got paid $10 there. Because at this point now, they've made $10, so they only have 20 at risk, in which case they would do another $20 come bet. But if not, you're up to the $40 come bet area, and now it's really up to you. How do you want to risk this? What do you want to do? Now, they don't do odds until they've hit some profitability point. So once you hit your, okay, now what? What do I want to do? That is your true danger point. Because at this point, like, let's say we do one more. Let's say we do one more and we still don't get a repeater. We don't have a 9 roll, a 6 roll, or an 8 roll. We end up having a 4 roll. Let's say a 4 roll. Well, now, geez, what do we have? We have $80 at risk. Do we want to do an $80 comeback? I mean, at what point do you want to stop and say, now I want to hope to get a little bit of profit instead of just continuing to hedge myself against any kind of 7 out that comes? Because now, if a 7 comes, you lose $80. So you're really hoping that you get a repeater, especially a 4. But you're just hoping that you get a repeater. You're hoping that you get some repeaters. So this is an interesting strategy because it does protect you on these short 0.7 out or point something 7 out or point something 7 out rolls. But at a certain point, your risk, your exposure is really high, and your potential income, your potential profitability is really low. So this is kind of, to me, this is kind of a dangerous strategy. I'm not sure that I would recommend this strategy to anybody because you're either not making anything because you're breaking even, or you're making minimal profits, or you're taking a big hit. And that's the problem. If you take a big hit, like right here, let's say we took that 0.7. Let's say we got the 7 out now. We finally say, we're not risking anymore. We get a 7 at this point, we lose $80. Now, how long does it take for us to make that $80 back? That's always the thing to look at. Your worst case scenario, which in this case would be losing the 80 or losing the 40 if you stop right there. And then how long will it take to make that money back up? Because that's what you really have to look for as far as your profitability. This strategy doesn't have a targeted make big money strategy. It's not, you've pressed and made nothing, but then you take that hit that you make a few $100s on. This is the stand fast, make 10 bucks. If you lost 80 or if you lost 40, you got to make that 10 bucks back up 4 or 8 times. Maybe hit a couple $20 ones, but it's going to take you time to make back up for the worst case, especially since the worst case is not a super rare occurrence. So this, to me, in my estimation, is a danger strategy, supposedly protecting you in short rolls, but you catch a decent roll and you're not really making anything. And you're protecting against short rolls, but you still have a spot where you lose. You have a spot where you lose bigger. Sure, that the 7 coming out on the second roll hurts. It could cost you $10 if you're on the pass line bet. But if a 7 comes on the 4th roll, you lose $80. It's definitely dangerous. I'm not sure exactly how I would look at this other than that exact fact. It's dangerous. So I hope you guys find this interesting. That's all I can say is interesting. I'm can't say I'm a huge fan of this particular strategy. And thank you very much for submitting it. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye now.